Hi, this is Christopher Mosier, and on behalf of Fanboy Will and myself, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. This week we've got our Part 2 interview with the cool folks over at Gotham Public Works. But before we get to that, let's go to this.
Wouldn't it be amazing if that kept happening? Farley kept showing up in movies. You go to see Adam Sandler in The Snapple Boy. It's made with all natural products. And the preview comes out before they're like in a movie kept so top secret that even his friends never knew it was made. This summer, the legend lives on because Chris Farley is Batman. You guys are not ready for this. Oh my freaking Lord! I'm the Caped Crusader. I lurk in the shadows. I'm a creature of the night and have a little bit of what you'd call a weight problem. With Pauly Shore as Robin. Mr. Nutzer Guy, I'm the wizard, Muncie. You're a little MTV piece of garbage. You had a bad TV show, and I'm going to get motivational on your ass. You might think you know what you're doing. You're up there running around. Thinking you're a tough guy. Well, let me tell you this, sir. You don't know just what.
Citizens, this is not Santa Claus. It's not the Tooth Fairy. This is Batman speaking. With this record, I'm bringing you something a little extra, something unusual, mysterious, even bizarre. This Bat Disc can now be converted into a Z-ray deflecting incognito meter physiognomy mask. Right after this chorus, I'm going to tell you how to activate it. Okay, stand by. Take the disc carefully by the edge. Lift it to cover your face. Bring it to rest so that the bat observation aperture in the center is level with your line of vision. Lo, you've now become unrecognizable, even from your closest friends. Camouflage, protected from perilous Z rays. Only a bat record brings you all this, but beware of subtle imitations.
So how are you guys managing to raise the money from your film for your upcoming films?
Well, we're going to have some rockin' parties.
Yeah.
Was actually our big first fundraiser for that. Our for the trailer, the cool thing is a lot of that was like fan donations over the years. You know, like we send people like an autograph photo for donations, and just things like that we'd been selling. So yeah, that was a lot of just like
Most of that was just donations, and
it's y'all film
a lot of our we live in LA, so we have a ton of friends that are in the industry.
That helps a lot.
And that helped a lot. You know, our grips, our lighting guys were all...
A fraction of the price that it would have cost.
Yeah, they showed up for food, you know, and these are professional, you know, lighting people that worked on movies, and they just showed up because they like it.
And it was really fun. I mean, that really created a really positive environment. You know, people who are just there for the fun of it and because they love you and because they love Batman. And because we have great craft services. Yep.
Which was provided by our friends who were great cooks. So, I mean, you know, it was a lot of friend support.
So a lot of networking going on out there.
I haven't busted this idea out to you guys yet, but I did a little bit online. I think we should have an upscale party to promote this.
Ooh.
And
fancy dress.
Christiane and I were actually talking about doing a black and white ball.
Ooh.
And we could have higher price tickets, and it would
Iceberg
all
Lounge
go straight in. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So I think that'll be coming in early. What is next year? 2009. You'll keep on rolling.
So the answer is, you know, years of donations.
And we're trying to sell. We have a cafe press shop that I don't think anyone seems to know about.
You gotta send down an email. We have so many fans that have supported us over the years that we really did this movie for them. We've just had so many requests. So many interesting filmmakers have approached us over the years, and we had this little savings account of money people are sending us to make a movie. We thought, what are we doing? We should just do this. So now we did that, and now we need more money. So all those wonderful fans love what they see. Please consider sending a few dollars to the effort. The next episode stars me.
It's going to get better and better. Yeah.
Good for you guys, because I go to conventions and I see these people wearing the incredible costumes. I'm saying to myself, why can't more people with awesome costumes actually make fan films?
Because it's really hard.
Why?
It's really hard.
To make it's easy to grab a camcorder and record you and your buddies, but it's another, you know, you gotta write stuff. You gotta figure everything out. Everything has to be figured out.
For that 2.5 minutes, my life was like producing for like a pretty solid 2 months at least.
Yeah. Me too. Full-time job. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing else you could really do, nothing else you could think about. It inhabited my brain, like 95% of my brain. I think you shoved food down my mouth at night. And
Tara and I produced the film together. We had so much help from so many people, but mainly it was her and I and Brian, the writer-director, who made it happen. And it's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Especially when you're not paying people, really.
You have to really schmooze them.
Yeah, and like the less money you have, the bigger job.
Well, you had a job the whole time. I'm working. I'm like, I wish I could pay myself.
I had a job. I had just moved. I couldn't get phone reception at my house if I needed to make phone calls. I had to drive down the hill to the gas station. And if I knew a friend that cooked, it was like, oh my God, can you do craft services? If I had a friend who took photos, it was like, can you do production still? Just that's all I could think about. And it was kind of the madness and the focus of it was actually sort of exhilarating. But it was also just really, really tough. So it's a lot of hard work, and not a lot of people are, set up for that. Especially we wanted to make something quality. Yeah, and so that takes that extra step. We didn't want to half-ass it. And
you have to have some kind of mentality, some kind of maturity. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's that was our first effort, so we were learning, and we were learning so much.
And boy, were those standards high, because we have all these fans who love us. We knew we had to create something fabulous.
Yeah. So that was just a lot of, it was a really intense time, and it was really exciting and rewarding, but it's hard work, and it's focus and determination and chutzpah, and
chutzpah?
So a lot of it happening.
Is it cheese?
I'm not in the first episode out quite yet. And we have a lot of other extracurricular things going on.
We got really tired after that.
I'm still tired.
I know. But we really want to see the other ones happen too.
What's interesting is the next step, when we start making the actual films, they're going to be a lot easier because, we had to create all these environments and all these different shots to kind of try and explore what we could do and what worked with us. And so we have all these kind of random shots that we busted our ass to make. We did all of that in one location.
Yeah, 12 setups.
That one location was, and it's just a warehouse. It's a small warehouse. And the next series is going to be easier to do because it'll be in one, 1 to 2 sets. It'll be a lot easier to make.
Yay!
Yeah, we're looking forward to settling down and starting.
And we got a lot of things established ahead. Like we producers, we were filling a lot of roles. We were wearing a lot of hats. We were set decorators and
that was you.
Yeah, costuming.
You were a wonderful set decorator.
Yeah, Regan was like assistant director. Oh, thank you. Assistant directing and freaking PAs, everything.
And Regan's doing the music too.
Oh yeah.
That woman did the music.
It was me. I'm a
Yay!
Oh, very cool.
It was so good. It was so good. The whole time I was producing, I was like, I can't wait to write music for this. That was honestly one of my motivations. I was like, we've been doing this project for like 8 years. We've been dressing up and going out. Mm-hmm. We're like, we really want to make something of this that we can look at later. And gosh, I really want a cool scoring job. I need some really cool actioning thing to do. So it was born.
And you got some work up on that too, right?
I did, actually.
That's going to be a multi-part series, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to concentrate, is this to concentrate on each individual character, villain?
Each episode is going to highlight, will mainly have focus on 1 or 2 characters.
Okay.
So that's going to be another easy thing. Not everyone has to show up.
There you go, right. Till the end, till the climax.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to skip out. This is my last question, actually.
Okay, go for it.
I wanted to say, as far as the customizing goes, you guys do the costumes and all that stuff. Are there any custom Bat vehicles in the fleet at all, or in the club, or no?
We do have some connections to that, yeah, and we won't customize them ourselves or anything, but we do have some connections to people who do that. So you may be seeing a Batmobile in our
Oh, cool.
Yep, nerdgasm.
Very cool. I was curious about that. You guys do such amazing work with the costumes. I said, I wonder if it stops there, or you got Ace the Bat House. I guess that answers my question.
I'm sure we're going to have an amazing Batmobile for the next film. It's inevitable. I'm too much of a car nerd for it not to happen.
Well, let me just say this before I take off, guys. It looks fantastic already, and it's just a trailer. So I definitely want to congratulate you for what you've done already with that trailer, and I wish you guys the best. I'll be in touch with you guys.
Great, thank you.
So look for some stuff on Fanboy Theater. I'll give you guys a little write-up, and then, once you release the stuff, me and Chris will definitely both cover it on our respective websites. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really appreciate that.
So it's nice to talk to you guys.
All right, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Keep up the great work, all right?
Thanks.
Absolutely.
We're trying.
We don't know any.
Okay, guys. Take care, Chris.
Have a good night, sir.
Bye-bye.
Peace out. Okay. I guess I'll take over the reins here. I don't have too many questions left for you. You guys interview each other just fine. If I just shut up and you guys keep talking.
So when did you first get into Harley Quinn?
Well.
There you go. I'll take a nap. You guys go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
I was in high school because I have a picture that I made somebody draw of me or for me in a high school of Harley Quinn. And I think it's like a 1996. Wow. Was when that was.
And did you have a fake gun and those tight little spandex outfits?
I didn't know I was her yet. I just knew I felt the connection, I just knew there was something. And I always wore red and black. That was the thing. I always wore red and black, and she had to wear red and black. And I like clowns and jesters.
She's actually a wonderful clown.
Oh,
she is amazing. She's performed at the LA Opera, and she's been considered for Cirque du Soleil, and you are so lucky if you ever get to see her on stage. She is dazzling.
Great. Thank you.
Do you acrobat and everything?
Huh?
What's that?
Acrobatic for Cirque du Soleil there? Aren't they acrobats and stretching and...
She's more the clown, I'm more the contortionist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Working on it.
I got into Catwoman when I was like 8. I didn't even know that it was a character in a comic book. I didn't actually grow up with the comic books at all. I was into real books. Sorry. I'm like, pictures? That's I'm sorry. Yeah, so I read...
What are these words in here?
I know. But I fell completely in love with the character as myself. Like, I thought, gosh, I don't want to be a person. I want to be a cat. It sucks to be human. This blows. I want to... pounce on people and tight walk over fences and eat grass and do martial arts and stuff like that. And then it was just kind of an obsession. I didn't really think of it as an archetype or character outside of myself until the movie came out. When the Batman film came out and I saw Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, and her corset and her whip, I was like, my whole life became so much clearer. I was like, all these things that I love, all wrapped up into one archetype.
You and I have something in common.
Sounds familiar. Appetite for destruction? Contempt for the czars of fashion? Wait, don't tell me. Naked, sexual charisma.
Batman. The thorn in both our sides. The fly in our ointment.
Ointment? Scented or unscented?
I'll come back later.
And I'm so obsessed with cats and being a cat. Oh, yes, it was so wonderful. So I got a bullwhip that year. I was 17, and I convinced my parents to buy me a bullwhip for Christmas. I was like, oh, yeah, I needed to, like, movie tricks and stuff, and let me learn how to do tricks for movies. Yeah. Oh, man, I just loved it. It was a great, beautiful, beautiful bullwhip.
But you have a dog.
I have 5 cats, too.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Cats are wonderful, but until I get the 40 pounds and up, they're just not good for personal protection. I have a Doberman for that.
Oh.
So I never really, the comic books, I didn't read them until after I was in GBW, actually, but the character I had such a deep resonance with that it definitely worked out. And
do you find, like, a lot of people that contact you, are they Hollywood wannabes? Are they people that necessarily know about comic books? But
we've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
There have been a couple where it was obvious that they were just actors. They saw what we were doing, and they wanted on board. They, maybe they thought it would be fun, but they thought it would be exposure for them.
Right, exactly.
But none of them have made it through our careful screening process of coming over, getting drunk, and hanging out. You have to do that, and they've never made it past that stage.
Yeah, we generally just get a lot of really cool, genuine. Yeah.
We're a lot of nerds.
Yeah,
our people. Our people can tell that we're their people.
Yeah.
I'm 6'4". I couldn't make it into your group, but I sure the hell like the initiation. I'd like to try.
We do have an exception for Scarecrow. We do want a really tall Scarecrow.
A couple people can be a little tall, like Bane.
Yeah, we can have a tall Bane. We can have a tall Scarecrow.
Croc. Yeah.
We have a Solomon Grundy who may make it somewhere someday.
Oh, really?
This enormous.
He's more of a Superman character, isn't he? Or it doesn't matter.
He was born on a Monday.
That's right.
On Monday, really?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to do it.
Nerd.
And when you guys get older, 20.
I just got older.
30 years from now. You just had a birthday?
I did.
I did too. I'm 32. Luckily, only my lower half of my face shows in my outfit. And my hot rock hard abs.
And when I get older, I just look better.
Yeah, you age.
It works for him, yeah.
He ages yummy. Happens.
Are you guys going to be like the 50s, in your 50s and 60s in doing this? When things start sagging?
This is why we made a movie, Chris. Because we do not want to humiliate ourselves by dressing beyond our prime. But we still need the glory, so we have something to replay.
Yeah, we had a whole panel explaining this to people, people, be appropriate to you, And,
yeah.
Don't be fatty boom batty in your Batgirl suit. I'm sorry, for that,
Exactly.
And you will rock it and feel fantastic. So we know that there'll be an age at which, hey, this can't happen. That's okay. Moving on to the next thing.
There you go. You go.
We got to do for our legacy. We're building our legacy now.
Yeah, as a Star Trek fan and who went to a lot of conventions, I can certainly relate. So
I can't wait till this is over so we can get fat.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. It's so much fun. There's nothing but whipped cream.
Ooh! Whipped cream. Rubbing all over my body. Oh, the butler has arrived. Oh, James.
I was going to ask about, the first time I saw you guys was actually on G4, Attack of the Show.
Oh, was that our, the interview?
That was before, let me think. I went to Comic-Con.
Show? Or that? Oh, Spike still.
It had to be 3 years ago? Was it 4 years ago?
That was G4, yeah, we did the G4 Awards for G4 that one year.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I kissed Elijah Wood.
Oh my God, I totally did too. And Dominic Monaghan, he was in my hot tub.
He's very nice and he tells a good story. He's like a good Irish boy. No, he's not Irish, sorry. A good Manchester boy.
Yeah, I saw you hitting on one of the Baldwin boys.
Oh, yeah.
On one of your YouTubes.
I just sent him a package. I sent a package to his package. I hope he gets it.
He said the power that he wants is invisibility.
That's a good one.
The last few movies I saw him in, he should have been invisible.
Bam! He's already got invisibility from the press.
Wow, it's like a whole gang of folks. Get a shot, Elia. All y'all, come on over here.
If you were going to be a superhero, would you dress as?
I'd be the Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man? Oh, I can only imagine what you'd get up to.
Yeah, because then you'd never see me coming. I'll just give you my card, young man. You can send me an email. Does that work?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can I have your card, too?
Well, I don't know, Catwoman.
You trust him, but not me?
Keep your friends close, and your villains closer.
What are you pimping?
I'm pimping the Remnant, dude. The Remnant is super gnarly.
What is it?
But not nearly as gnarly as you, Catwoman. Huh?
Yeah, no, we've actually met a lot of
Cool celebrities.
Cool celebrities.
That's one of the best things about it. Like,
one of the
coolest things is like people that I've been a fan of have kind of like been a fan of us and thought like we look pretty cool or whatnot, and so I've
Greg Rucka and Jim Lee and
Bruce Timm, right?
Venture Brothers dudes and like Paul Dini and we've gotten to just meet and
gotten to hang out with a lot of cool folks.
Wait, where was that? Where was that?
Oh,
Jerry
Matt Groening. Matt Groening last year.
Oh, that was so neat.
Hey, wait. Who do you came to our party? Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Came to our party.
That's
totally my Facebook picture now. It's Seth Green.
He drinks a little.
He's
He's
cute.
a cool guy.
Tara sent me some individual notes, and Regan, I know you got a music career. I listened to some of your music, actually, or the one that was on your website. It's kind of like a Celtic. Would you classify it as Celtic?
Yeah, I've done 2 albums. One of them is like goth electronic music. And the other one is Celtic rock. Celtic rock. As you hear the cork in the background, at least it's true to the I'm a film composer. I went to CalArts and USC and got advanced degrees in composing for film and television. I can tell an orchestra what to do with one tiny little stick.
Or whip.
And to hit them with it. I just beat the time and tell them what to play. It's very, very exciting. Yeah, I've had music. Actually, recently it's super exciting. I had music on the Comedy Central on Moral Oral. And I had a movie play on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it was I did this movie for so little money. I'd just gotten out of college, and I took this job for so little money, I won't even tell you. I got 5 times that much from ASCAP and royalties, so take the job. That's my advice. It was good. And I've had my music on CNN. Oddly, I scored. Ooh, my dog is dirty. I scored this kind of strange little movie about people who are under the influence of an anesthesia, it doesn't work for all people. And so, 1 out of 1,000 people will be awake for their surgery.
That was really hard to watch. That movie was rough.
Oh, it's really, really... You should see the one we just did. I just scored this movie called Reunion about the Columbine High School massacre.
Oh, jeez.
And
you went there, right?
And I actually went to Columbine High School, which I think was kind of a bonus to the director. He's like, yes, I'm going to get some press because a real Columbine graduate is going to be... Yeah, and it's... it was very cool in that it's a 12-minute movie with 12 minutes of music, so it's almost a music video for me. So I've been doing some interesting little jobs, and I love writing music so much. I also play the harp and do performances singing and playing the harp and do harp healing. If you're really bummed out, you can lay by my harp and I'll play it and you'll feel better. It's like magic.
You're multi-talented.
Multi-pass.
And then Tara, you sent me something. Just wrapped up a show run with my clowning and mime partner.
Yeah.
The Mime Castle.
Here at Clown Theater Festival, we have a show, The Big Bang and Other Small Things, which its next incarnation will probably be called something else, but we continue to develop it as all art seems to go. That was fantastic. Came back from that, and we did a run at this really fancy, fun, awesome private club called the Magic Castle here in L.A. And we did this sort of, it's great because we make people enjoy Mime without them thinking that they're watching Mime.
Because Mime is pretty gay.
It's just like people in the park, just...
They've got unique makeup, so you don't know it's Mime right off the bat.
Yeah, no one who thinks that they're Robert Shields, who is definitely not, But it's kind of a mixture, like what my partner and I do is kind of a mixture of clowning and Mime, and we're just developing more acts, and we did a really fun one for Halloween, and... So I've been doing a lot of that kind of thing, a little bit of acting and graphic design. I'm kind of all over the place. I sort of love everything.
You're working for Disney now.
Yeah.
She has a J-O-B at
you go, girlfriend.
Hard time. And I do some modeling stuff, and my clowning, and actually burlesque too is another thing. Somebody dubbed me the Clown Princess of Burlesque. Some time ago,
it's awesome! Oh, so good.
Burlesque, you usually show your jubilees.
Huh?
I said burlesque, you usually show your jubilees.
Oh,
shown.
Oh, is that right?
There is some, also in figure modeling, there is some nudity.
There's some jumblies. I've become comfortable with myself.
Yay!
Somehow, over time.
I'm comfortable with
I'm sure Donnie has too.
You help, yeah.
I'm pro-nudity. I just try and convince all
Me too.
Yeah, and then like you said, there was like the opera, so I kind of have just been enjoying dabbling in various areas, like artistic and performing areas, and I'm kind of just doing more of that.
And then, Donnie, I have you as mostly just kicking it and working hard at the job. Good job.
Yeah, I have a full-time job, and then when I'm done with my job, I kick it. It's true.
There you go.
I'm a Mac systems administrator.
Okay.
For a company that it's an advertising agency. We do movie posters and trailers, and it's a really fun place. Like we did the posters for Dark Knight, Indiana Jones. We're a pretty big agency.
What do you do as part of that? I guess I didn't get as far as what you did for the movie posters and stuff.
I'm a Macintosh systems administrator.
Oh, okay. So, you're one of those computing guys.
Yeah, I'm one of the computing guys, and I just make all the crap run semi-smoothly so that the artists can do their job, and I can go back to surfing the internet.
There you go. Looking for porn.
Your fans know this. Should we keep our mystique? Are we breaking the magic? Does this break the magic for you?
No, not me.
All right.
Probably the others listening.
And then
all five of them.
The hobo train at night, which is dedicated to murdering and storing hobos for future generations so they can enjoy them.
We have more land now, too, so that helps a lot.
More land to hide bodies.
More storage.
Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, I'm totally on the cover of a magazine right now. I'm on the cover of New Witch magazine. This is not your old witch. This is the new witch.
New improved witch.
New improved, which is we're over with the burnings and the Dark Lord, Satanism stuff, and we're right on to the bliss, beauty, creativity, and union with the divine feminine.
In between Jogging Magazine and the Crosswords.
Right.
Oh yeah, and I can walk on stilts
and juggle
and then play a little banjo.
I can play harp and sing at the same time while having my feet rubbed.
We should jam together.
Let's do it.
I'm forgetting about that yet.
Well, okay, guy and girls. That's really all I have as far as my questions are concerned.
Well, I hope you got something usable out of that.
Oh, yeah. I think we got, what have we been talking about? I think over an hour and a half, about an hour and a half.
68 minutes.
69.
69! Woo, a lucky number.
That's pretty dorky, huh? So we'll be setting you up with our other members in small groups, yes?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Send us along the info, and we'll get it together. I'm not sure, I doubt it's going to be this year, but I'm sure they all got holiday plans and everything and all that
For real?
fun stuff.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Like January, February?
Yeah, that would probably be better.
Oh.
We got a couple more people to do in the next couple weeks, and then probably after that, Will and I will go do our holiday stuff. Sorry, if that's okay.
Well, we've got a lot of other really witty, interesting members, but, you know, let us know when you have time.
No, what I'm saying is if you already made plans on something, hit me up. But if, after the New Year's okay, then that's cool.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, yeah.
We're easy.
We're yet unscheduled, so we will work with you.
Okay. No, we will work with you. We'll work together.
Forever. Yes, you should let us know if there's any cool gigs in New York that would pay for us all to come out there and spread our juicy genius all over.
I totally dug New York, and actually people were really wanting us to go to New York Comic Con. Actually, somebody had a thing online. Like, I met her at a Warner Brothers party, and she was from Publishers Weekly, and she was putting out this petition to try to get Harley Quinn and the Gotham people out.
Okay, wait. If there's a woman from Publishers Weekly who wants you to go to Comic-Con, we're all going to gather a collection and get fucking pressed in Publishers Weekly.
Okay, yeah, no.
Good Lord.
We want to get ourselves out there.
I don't need the good news.
That's a pretty big bag.
I dug New York. It was a lot less scary than I thought it would be.
I love New York. I always thought I would end up out there instead of out here in California. I grew up in Colorado till I was like 16. I thought, New York. Oh, I can't take all these people.
Yeah.
And my parents moved me to California. I hated every second of it for like at least 3 years. And then I loved it. And now I'm completely converted. I smoke pot and don't eat meat. That's not true. I do eat meat.
Eat tofu and... What did Schwarzenegger just pass? Something like you can't...
Can you take me to the parts of New York that look like Gotham City? Because I was a little disappointed that I never ended up that much in those areas.
I don't live in New York. I mean, I live in New York State. I live on the other side of the state, though. I live in rural New York.
Oh, take me to Manhattan, whatever. You're closer than I am.
I'm like 6 hours from New York City.
Oh.
Plus, I'm in the middle of Shitsville. Kind of like Colorado.
Good for you.
Our condolences.
No wonder you're
thanks.
obsessed with Batman fan films.
What's that?
I said, no wonder you're obsessed with Batman.
Yeah, right. I got nothing else to do.
Well, you can still drive me into New York City and show me like the Gotham parts. Have you seen them?
I've only been to New York City once.
For real?
So, correct.
Okay, well, wow. Well, I'll go. I mean, I live across the country.
And when I went, it wasn't. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was too noisy and smelly, and like you said, it was too much.
I'm like you.
It wasn't my thing.
You're in the rural part. You said though, huh? Because we're used to smelly.
Yeah, we live in L.A. It smells here.
Well, true, smog and I'm outside of Rochester, which is I guess a fairly big city. Not humongous. I think it's like the third biggest city in New York State.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
I live in a suburb.
Parts of Rochester.
Yeah, I can do that. It'll take us about 5 minutes.
I need some more Gotham City in my next trip to New York, that's for sure.
Yeah, hit Fanboy Will up. He's a New York City boy.
Fanboy Will.
Will do.
How do we hit him up?
Email him.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you.
Hey, it was good talking to you, Donnie.
All right.
Anything else you want to promote before we take off?
Oh gosh, I can't think of anything at the moment. Oh, we might be at this Comic-Con in oh my God, Midwest Nerd Fest. We might be there in March, maybe.
The Midwest Nerd Fest.
Yes, in Kansas, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Lord, I hope they're paying us.
No, but
we get per diem, right?
Drive. Isn't there 15 of you? Split the gas.
Oh no, well they're only going to get a few of us up there, depending on how the sponsorship goes. But yeah, out-of-state freaking Comic-Con. Woo! We just wooed.
Thank you so much, Chris.
All right, thank you very much. Keep in contact. I mean, especially as the featurettes come out.
I have a email newsletter talking about what I'm up to and stuff like that. Not all of it's Batman related, but some of it is. Do you want to give me your email and I'll add you to that?
I will. Actually, Tara's got it.
Okay, cool. I'll just get it from her.
So send it along. Any information you have would be great. And we'll update and look forward to talking to your other members.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for setting this up and running a podcast. It's so cool to have publicity for what we love.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
All right.
Gals and Guy, have a good night.
All right, Tootie.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Will tonight be the night that Bruce reveals himself to the magnificent Miranda?
I never met a girl like you before, Miranda. Miranda. And I'd do anything for you if you just ask. Miranda. Ask me to do anything for you, Miranda. But please don't ask me to remove my mask. It's against the code of heroes. But you know how much I love you, darling, so come into my kingdom. Boy, genius, what are you doing here?
Bruce, come right away. There's a job to be done. A giant octopus has run amok in Washington.
Boy, genius, this is one time you'll have to go it alone. Would you like to see me make my muscles dance, Miranda? For someone powerful as me, it's no big task. Miranda. Ask me to do anything for you, Miranda. But please don't ask me to remove my mask. It's attached to my special super thermal V nuclear long underwear. But don't think I've forgotten my promise. Tonight, I'm going to kiss you.
Bruce, something terrible has happened. Mr. AC/DC, the electric brain, has threatened to turn off the electric current all over the... See what I mean?
Holy Sherlock Holmes, boy genius, you're becoming a real stick in the mud. You better zoom right out of here. Oh, I can see the hurt look on your face, Miranda. So I'm gonna do the little thing you ask. Come take a peek, a teeny weeny peek, Miranda. Get ready now while I remove my mask. There, darling. What do you think?
Oh, please, put it back.
Drat! I never met a girl like you before, Miranda. Miranda. And I'd do anything for